Welcome. Why are we so obsessed with rejection? Why do we crave what seems just beyond our reach? In this video, we'll uncover the fascinating science behind rejection through the lenses of psychology, neuroscience, and evolution. You'll discover why your brain gives rejection so much power, why it can feel more intense than success, and how these hidden mechanisms influence your confidence, relationships, and decisions. More importantly, you'll learn how to stop letting rejection control your life and start using it as fuel for growth, resilience, and personal transformation. Let's unlock the psychology of rejection and turn one of life's greatest challenges into one of your greatest strengths. Part 1. The biology of pain. Why does rejection hurt so deeply? Why can being ignored, excluded, or unwanted feel almost like a physical wound? The answer lies deep within our biology. Throughout human evolution, belonging was essential for survival. Being rejected by the group once meant danger, isolation, and even death. That is why our brain treats social rejection as a real threat. The same neural systems involved in physical pain can become activated when we experience exclusion. In this section, we explore how your brain is wired to protect you, why rejection can create obsession, and how understanding this mechanism gives you the power to regain control over your emotions. Because rejection is not a sign of weakness, it is a survival response written into the human mind. From an evolutionary perspective, rejection was once a matter of survival. For our ancestors, being removed from the tribe meant losing protection, resources, and the support needed to survive. Isolation was not just painful, it could be life-threatening. Over thousands of generations, the human brain evolved to treat social rejection as a serious warning signal. This created a powerful survival mechanism, heightened awareness of our place within the group, and a constant evaluation of our social value. This is why rejection can trigger intense emotions, overthinking, and the need to understand why we were excluded. But today we can transform this ancient survival response into self-awareness. Understanding that your brain is protecting you allows you to stop seeking validation. The neuroscience of rejection. Why emotional pain feels real. Modern brain imaging has revealed something fascinating. Social rejection can activate the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, a region also involved in processing physical pain. This explains why heartbreak, exclusion, and rejection can feel so intense. The brain does not completely separate emotional suffering from physical discomfort. It uses overlapping neural pathways to process both experiences. The pain you feel after rejection is not just in your head. It is a real biological response designed to alert you that something important has changed. But here is the empowering truth. Once you understand how your brain works, you can learn to regulate your emotional responses and rebuild your confidence. The psychology of uncertainty. Why we chase what we cannot predict. Behavioral economics reveals a powerful psychological trap known as intermittent reinforcement. When attention, approval, or affection arrives unpredictably, the brain can become even more focused on receiving the next reward. These uncertain signals can create stronger dopamine responses than consistent validation, making us crave small moments of recognition. This is why we sometimes become attached to situations, relationships, or opportunities that give us only occasional signs of approval. But awareness creates freedom. When we understand this pattern, we can stop chasing unpredictable validation and begin choosing experiences built on stability, respect, and genuine connection. The brain doesn't easily distinguish emotional pain from physical pain. Neuroscientific research has shown that emotional rejection and physical pain engage many of the same neural networks in the brain. When you see a photo of someone who rejected you, regions involved in emotional distress, including the insula, can become active, creating a genuine feeling of discomfort. That tightness in your chest, the knot in your stomach, or the lingering ache isn't imaginary. Your brain is responding as though it has experienced a significant loss. This is why letting go can feel so difficult. But once you recognize that these reactions are rooted in your biology, not your worth, you can begin to retrain your mind, regain emotional control, and move forward with greater resilience. Part 2. The psychology of obsession. Why do we become fixated on people, opportunities, or goals that seem out of reach? In this section, we'll explore the hidden psychological forces behind obsession. You'll discover how threats to the ego, the illusion of scarcity, and unresolved attachment wounds can make the unavailable seem even more desirable. By understanding these mental patterns, you'll learn how to break free from emotional traps, reclaim your self-worth, and stop chasing what was never meant to define your value. When rejection happens, the subconscious mind can begin to distort reality. Instead of seeing the situation objectively, we may unconsciously place the other person on a pedestal, believing they are somehow more valuable, more desirable, or more important than we are. This illusion can transform rejection into a personal mission. We become driven to win their approval, not because they are truly exceptional, but because our wounded ego is searching for validation. The moment you recognize this psychological trap, you regain your power. Your worth has never depended on someone else's acceptance. True confidence begins when you stop chasing validation and start recognizing the value that has always existed within you. Our attachment patterns shape how we respond to rejection. People with an anxious attachment style often experience distance or silence as an emotional emergency, triggering a powerful need for reassurance and connection. At the same time, the mind can fall into a pattern known as repetition compulsion, the unconscious tendency to seek familiar relationship dynamics in an attempt to resolve old emotional wounds. The challenge is that healing doesn't come from repeating the past. It comes from recognizing these patterns, breaking the cycle, and choosing relationships built on trust, security, and mutual respect. When you heal the wound, you stop chasing those who reject you and start attracting those who genuinely value you. Social media can intensify the pain of rejection. Door jobs. Constant access to the profile of someone who rejected you makes it difficult for your mind to find closure. Every post, photo, or notification can reopen the emotional wound, keeping your brain locked in a cycle of hope, comparison, and uncertainty. Instead of allowing your nervous system to recover, endless digital reminders can prolong stress and emotional anxiety. Real healing begins when you create healthy boundaries. The less you feed the cycle of constant checking, the more your mind can regain clarity, emotional balance, and the freedom to focus on your own growth instead of someone else's attention. The truth behind obsession. Ultimately, we are not always obsessed with the person themselves. We are often struggling with what their rejection represents about us. The real pain comes from the story we create in our minds. The fear that rejection means we are not enough, not valuable, or not chosen. But rejection does not define your worth. It only reveals where healing, self-awareness, and personal growth are needed. When you stop seeking answers from the person who rejected you and start rebuilding your relationship with yourself, you reclaim your confidence, your peace, and your power. Breaking the cycle of overthinking. Research shows that rumination can significantly amplify our perception of threat, even when the actual danger to our safety is minimal. The mind can replay rejection, analyze every detail, and search endlessly for answers, creating a greater emotional threat than the situation itself. The key to healing is shifting from asterisk rumination to action. Instead of asking asterisk, why did this happen to me? We begin asking asterisk, what can I learn, change, and create from this experience? Asterisk. Growth begins when we stop feeding the cycle of overthinking and start directing our energy towards self-improvement, new opportunities, and a stronger version of ourselves. The anatomy of rejection, understanding what we are really losing. The experience of rejection is often more complex than it appears. Only a small part of our fixation may come from a genuine loss of connection or compatibility. Much of the emotional intensity is often driven by the deeper forces beneath the surface. Our ego, our fears, our desire for validation, and the brain's powerful emotional chemistry. This is why we can feel deeply attached to someone who may not truly align with our values, our future, or our well-being. The real challenge is learning to separate asterisk the person from the meaning we attach to their rejection. When we understand the psychology behind our emotions, we stop chasing what is unavailable and begin investing in what truly supports our growth. Part 3. Reclaiming your emotional power. In this final section, we move from understanding to transformation. You will discover practical strategies to break the cycle of rejection, regain emotional control, and rebuild your inner confidence. The goal is not to erase the experience, but to change your relationship with it. By learning how to regulate your thoughts, release unhealthy attachments, and redirect your energy toward personal growth, you can stop allowing rejection to control your emotions and start living from a place of self-worth, clarity, and power. The 4 steps to break free from rejection. DOMS. Breaking the cycle starts with awareness. First, recognize the pattern. Dawn cites it. Understand that your obsession is often not about the person, but about the need for validation and closure. Second, separate rejection from your worth. Someone's choice does not define your value. Third, create digital distance. Dala data. Remove triggers that keep your mind trapped in the same emotional loop. Fourth, redirect your energy. Focus on your goals, your growth, and the person you are becoming. Freedom begins when you stop chasing external approval and reclaim your emotional power. Rejection obsession versus emotional sovereignty. Rejection obsession keeps us trapped in reaction mode, constantly seeking approval, answers, and validation from others. Emotional sovereignty creates a powerful shift. Instead of allowing someone else's actions to define our worth, we anchor our confidence in our own values, principles, and boundaries. The goal is not to control how others see us. The goal is to master how we see ourselves. True freedom begins when your self-worth comes from within, not from external acceptance. The mindset shift, reclaiming your power. To create this transformation, we need practical mental tools. Remember this: number rejection is information, not identity. It reflects another person's choices, capacity, or circumstances, not your personal value. Stop feeding the cycle of uncertainty by chasing intermittent validation. Create distance, regain clarity, and replace emotional fantasies with objective facts. Your power returns when you stop seeking answers from rejection and start investing in your own growth. Rewiring your brain, the power of neuroplasticity. Understanding neuroplasticity is the key to transformation. Your brain strengthens the pathways you repeatedly activate. When you interrupt rumination and redirect your attention, you begin creating new neural patterns. You are not trapped by old emotional cycles. Through conscious awareness and practice, you can weaken the circuits of obsession and build stronger pathways of confidence, focus, and emotional resilience. Your attention shapes your reality. Choose where you invest it. Reclaim your attention, reclaim your freedom. Remember this: your attention is your most valuable resource. True freedom begins when you stop trying to convince others to choose you and start choosing yourself. Your worth does not depend on approval, acceptance, or validation from anyone else. The moment you invest your energy back into yourself, you reclaim your confidence, your peace, and your power. Choose yourself unconditionally. Closing your journey forward. We have reached the end of this exploration. We hope this SBA Personal Development Framework has given you valuable insights to transform your relationship with rejection and strengthen your emotional resilience. Remember, growth begins with awareness, and transformation begins with action. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your commitment to becoming a stronger, more conscious version of yourself. Your journey continues.